Right, so Simon,
Sure.
last video for today, and this is going to be something that if you do this,
Yeah.
this will make you the #1 agent in Corston. It's not going to be easy, and it can take a bit of time, but it's probably the best use of your time. And so it's introducing yourself to every single resident in Corston. And when I say introduce yourself, knocking on their door to say hello. Now, we talked about delivering 1,000 leaflets, and my initial plan was, well, we'll just pay someone to do that and get that. But it may well be that you take some time out to deliver something and knock on the door, and if they're in, you can talk to them. If they're not in, you can put this leaflet through the letterbox. But when they answer the door, what we're going to do is a survey. Now, we can only do this now as a new agent, so you only get one chance to do this. So we're going to knock on the door and we're going to say, "Hi there, sorry to interrupt you, my name's Simon, I live round the corner." Now it's important you mention you live round the corner, or I'm a neighbour, or I live on the next street, because otherwise they're going to think you're someone who's just cold calling, selling double glaze and slam the door. So, "Hi there, sorry to interrupt, my name's Simon, I just live round the corner and I wonder if you could help me." When you ask people for help, most people are happy to help, and especially if you live around the corner.
Yeah, of course.
So people want to help other people most of the time. And so then they think, yeah. But obviously they're thinking, what is it? What does he want? Just say, "Look, I'm just setting up a new business." Excuse me. "I'm just setting up a new business and I'm doing a bit of market research, and I've just got three questions that will take 1 minute to answer." And most people go, "Yeah, 3 questions, 1 minute, help this guy, I can do it, no problem." And most people go, "Yeah, absolutely fine." And then 3 questions are, "Right, well, I'm actually setting up my own estate agency business, and I'm going to be selling properties in Corston, specialising in Corston. So I really want to know why people buy in Corston. So can I ask you, what attracted you to buy your house in Corston?" And they'll say, "Oh, we love the schools," or "It's close to the M6," or "We love," you tell me, what are the reasons you bought?
There's lovely walks, countryside is right on your doorstep, the old railway, you can just get lost out there,
Yeah.
So yeah, lots of nice
Lots of good
spots,
reasons.
yeah.
So then they'll just open up, and it's important you let them talk and say, "Oh, this is really useful, because when I'm selling a property in Corston, this is really going to help me to find out why people have bought in Corston." And then the second question, just say, "And about your house, could you tell me that if you sold your house, what would you miss about your current property?" Or you could say, "What would you miss about the area?" It's similar to the first question, but you want to say, "Oh, I'd miss the neighbours, I'd miss the big garden, I'd miss," what would you miss about your house or your area if you moved away?
Neighbours, it's a nice community, so yeah, the neighbours definitely.
So that's good. You go, "This is really useful and really helpful." And the last question, and it's sort of 2 parts to this question, do you mind me asking, how long have you been here, and when do you think you'd be planning to move? And they'll say, "Well, I've been here 10 years, and you've loved it, and when do you think you'd be planning to move? Is it in the next 12 months, 2 years, or more than 5 years? And they'll be saying, "Well, probably more than 5 years. We love it here. We're going to stay here for the next 10 years."
Yeah.
Brilliant. That's fantastic. I really appreciate your help. Thanks ever so much. Now, what we also want to do is we would love to have their name, their phone number, and their email, so we can stay in contact with them. And we can do this in 2 or 3 ways, and you just decide which way you want to do it. So first of all, you could offer a prize. Just say, "Look, I really appreciate your help with this survey. I'm actually putting everyone's name into a prize draw to win a meal at the local restaurant. And I'm just going to put your name in, and then I'll give you a call if you've won, and I really appreciate your time." And they go, "Oh, thank you very much. So can I just take your phone number and your name so that I can contact you?" And they'll go, "Yes, and actually I might even just email you. What's the best email for you?" That's one way of getting their details. Another way is you could say that you're going to provide a market update for Corston. So you could say, "Thanks ever so much for your help. I really appreciate the feedback and the answer to those questions. It's going to really help me in my business. Would you be interested in knowing what all the houses are selling for on Corston? Because most people love to know what's gone on the market, what are they selling for, and what's happening. So most people go, yeah, so just say I'm doing a monthly update on what's for sale and what's sold on Corston. If you'd like me to let you know what's sold, I can just drop you an email once a month or once a quarter, whatever you prefer. Most people go, yeah, definitely want to know what's selling. They want to know they want to know what the house next door's got on the market. We all do. Yeah. So literally, just say, okay, well, let me just take your email address, and they'll say john.smith and say, okay, so John, is it John? Okay, John, and I'll get their name, and just say, look, if I get anything that's similar to yours that's sold, I'll just give you a ring and let you know what it's selling for, and get their phone number and stay in touch with them. Now, imagine that some of these people are going to say that are going to sell in 6 months' time or 12 months' time, and you've been to 1,800 properties or 2,000 properties, you all know how many of those people are going to sell and when. When you go to these houses also, it's important that you make a note of the type of house. So you can see from the outside, you know there's a 3-bedroom semi, a 3-bed detached, a 4-bedroom detached, single garage, double garage. So you've got their name, phone or email. It's a 4-bedroom detached, and you know roughly what it might be worth. And then actually you could even throw that into conversation. Once the conversation's flowing, you can start discussing other things. And so you bought it 5 years ago. Wow. So what did you pay for when you bought it? Yeah. And they'll go, oh, we paid 300 for it. Wow. What do you think it might be worth now? Oh, I don't really know. Well, look, if you want, I can pop back when it's convenient and give you an up-to-date idea what it's worth. And they'll go, yeah, why not? Well, I only live around the corner. I can pop one even if it's convenient. So it's all about talking to them, building up that relationship. And this is the great thing. In fact, one other question you could throw in there, if you were to sell, what would be your ideal property? Are you living in your ideal home, or what would be your ideal home? And I said, we're in a 3-bed, but we really would love a 4-bed. Well, look, if I see anything, do you want to stay in Corston? Because most people do. Yeah. They live in a 3-bed, their kids go to local school, they're friends with the neighbours, they love walking the dog around wherever they go, they love, their friends are there, their kids' friends are there, schools and everything else, the pub. Most people want to stay locally, but they perhaps want to have a bigger house for whatever reason. Or the kids have left home, they want to buy something smaller. Yeah. So another good question to throw in there is, are you living in your ideal home, or what would your ideal home look like? And they'll say, well, actually, our ideal home would be a double garage or something with a bigger garden and overlooking. Or we quite like the new ones they're building over the road. So, okay, well, look, I'll keep you posted of anything that might be suitable for you. And you can make the market busier. Like most estate agents are reactive and say the market's either quiet or busy because it depends whether people decide to sell or not. But when you start engaging in a conversation, it's subconsciously these people are thinking, I wonder how much our house is worth. Maybe we should start looking. They'll be saying to the husband or wife that night, I just had this estate agent at the door. He was saying that house prices have gone up by 46% in the last 5 years. Maybe, I wonder how much equity we've got. I wonder what it will cost us to move house and buy the next one. So the key is to start that thought process or plant that seed. Yeah, and then when you're contacting them every month as well, and you're seeing them in the pub or you're taking the dog for a walk, so these people will then remember you and what you do. So then you've got this database. Now this database is going to be like gold. This is the most valuable thing that you're going to have, because you've got a list of every single house in Corston, 1,800 houses. Yeah. You know who they are, their phone number, their email address, what type of house they live in, and when they're thinking of selling. Yeah. So imagine someone says to you, I want to buy a 4-bedroom detached, and you've just sold the last 4-bed detached on the estate. And you go, tell you what though, I remember I spoke to someone 6 months ago that said they were going to be selling in 6 months' time, has got 4-bed detached. And then you just give them a call. Yeah. So this is gold, literally, if you do nothing else. Now, my question to you is, how many houses could you knock on the door in a day? Now, I'm not saying you do this all day, I'm not saying, but like if you did it for a couple of hours. So if you walked, could you do a street? Yeah, could you do 2 streets? Yeah. Could you do 50 houses?
Yeah, I think that's reasonable, isn't it?
Now, the key is to have a practice, and then you'll work out very quickly. Now, if it was a row of terraced houses, you know, I've literally delivered leaflets to over 100 houses in half an hour, and back at the other side, done 200 houses in an hour, terrace houses, run down and run up. With Corston, there's a lot more detached houses, a lot more driveways, so it might take, but let's say you did 50 a day. So how long would it take to do, so 100 with 2 days, times 18, that's 36 days.
Yeah.
So it could take a month, it could take 2 months. But if you did 50 a day for 36 days, now the thing is, you might be able to do more than 50, but a lot of people might not be in.
Yeah.
Now if they're not in, you could leave a little card that says, I'm setting up a new business, I've just a quick survey, could you fill in this form and I'll pick it up tomorrow? Yeah. You could leave a message and say, I'm doing a set up a new estate agency business, I've got a questionnaire or survey, it's only 3 questions, it'll only take 3 minutes, here's the link, and it could be a link to SurveyMonkey, and they put in their name. But they've obviously got to give them a benefit of doing that. The benefit to them doing that could be, for every survey you get back, you give £1 to the local school to help fundraise for whatever they need. Now, there's 1,800 houses, that's £1,800. Now, not everyone's going to fill it in, but if they thought, you know, there's 2,000 homes on the estate, and that's going to help the school, if I just fill this in, some people will just do that because it's going to help school. Now, the question to you, is it worth paying £1 for someone's data of their name, phone number and email address of the house they live in and when they're thinking of selling? Yeah, it's like, wow. I mean, you sell one house, if it's a £500,000 house and you sell it and you charge 2%, that's a £10,000 fee. So is it worth paying £2 grand to get that information? If everyone did it, I'd pay that every time. So, look, that's what I would recommend, doing this survey. And is that something you feel you're comfortable with?
It's great advice, obviously. You know, it's probably something I've not done before. So, you know, getting it down on paper and getting the right things to sort of put out there.
And just, you know what, it's just meeting people.
Yeah, exactly.
Just meeting people. And because that's your core area, and you've given them a business card and maybe a market update report or said hello, like, I want them seeing your face. And then they go, they see the for sale sign up in the street, they go, oh, we met Simon, he popped round, he was helping raise some money for the school. And so I think that connection, that one thing, if you did nothing else for the next 36 days, you would have a database of all those people, type of product and when they want to sell. And I would imagine probably 10% of those people are going to be selling in the next 12 months. And that's 180 potential clients that you know before everyone else when they're thinking of selling. And if you've got potential buyers lined up for that area, some of the buyers said, I'm looking for this type of property, you can say, well, actually I haven't got one now, but I might have 2 or 3. I've got a database of everyone who lives on Corston. I can ring up someone who I think might be selling. Especially when you do an open house. Imagine you do an open house and you get 20 viewings, you get 5 offers, and only one person gets it. You can have 4 disappointed people. You can contact other people that have got similar house to sell.
Absolutely.
Did you find that useful?
Yeah, really useful. Yeah.
Great. All right. Well, we can do some role play and practice that.
Yeah, definitely.
And then we'll see how we go on for one day, and then work out how long that's going to take to do it, and then share your results with the people that are watching.
Yeah, brilliant.
Great. Thank you very much for your time.
Thanks very much.
That'll do for today. Thank you. Whew.